Hi, I'm Jannika Ruuska and this is my new series called Finn in Aussie Bath. So, I'm from Finland, currently in Australia. I'm doing my master's thesis related to neuroscience here, but I have my own series for the more scientific part. So if you are more into neuroscience, I recommend to check the episodes of Future Neuroscientist. But in these episodes, I'm gonna share how it is life in Australia as a foreigner, since I'm a huge fan of different health topics. Today's episode will be kind of overall image about this topic, and later on I will definitely focus for some of those topics and go more deep into them. But today I will give the picture about few health topics with the fresh eyes. So how the health looks here while I have just arrived from Finland to Australia. Hope you will enjoy today's episode. Remember to subscribe the channel. Okay, so let's talk about health. So this is my first expression as a Finn in Australia and how health looks here. Also remember that health-related topics are my favorite, so I'm paying more attention to these kind of topics. But now let's dive deep this really interesting topic. Let's talk about health. The first topic we will discover is eating. So when I first arrived here, I noticed that there are more restaurants, surprise, than in Finland. And gotta say that there are so many good restaurants and like so many good food which I would like to try, things which I haven't ever tried. So my first thought was how I'm gonna eat healthy, because I love sweet things. Not saying that those are completely unhealthy. I'm more into flexible eating and also into intuitive eating. So sweet things are fine, but I know myself that when I start to eat a lot of, for example, sugar things like a lot of desserts, I start to crave them more and more and more, and it's super hard to stop. So that's why the first thought what I got in my head was how I will eat healthy. Yeah, because they have this area called Chinatown, and especially in that area they have a lot of places which are offering bubble tea. And the thing is, I have lived in Hong Kong and I learned to drink those there, so they are kind of comfort food for me. Or can I say food, because it's drink. But it's like, it reminds me about good times. And I know that my body doesn't need those. But yeah, I allow also those kind of things once in a while. What comes to restaurants, I have noticed that here in Melbourne they have a lot of Asian cuisines, especially Chinese and Korean, then also Italian food. Yes, and maybe quite a lot also places for burgers. And eating in restaurants is cheaper than in Finland. It's not way more cheaper, but it's still affordable. So yes, I'm now just thinking that when I have time to try all the different cuisines and different dessert places, and let's see. But the good thing when I was thinking eating healthy, so they have quite a lot these food markets here in Melbourne. For example, Queen Victoria's Market, and the other one, I can't pronounce it, so it's in south area in Melbourne, so Melbourne Market, but then the southern shore. Gosh, I can't pronounce that, but anyways, these food markets, and they are not running every day and all the time, but these specific days and specific times you can go there and buy really fresh food, and also organic. I'm a big fan of organic food. And the thing is, from these food markets you can actually buy things with a similar price than from the regular grocery store, or at least almost. So I like to do it so that I visit there once per week, then I come back home, cook, so I meal prep almost for 1 week, and then I don't need to think what I will eat. And it's so good tasting, like so fresh. So yeah, when I think about Finland, I feel that in a restaurant it's pretty healthy to eat. So it's easy to find places which are offering healthy food. I would say like fresh food and a lot of greens and good proteins and good fats and so on. But it's a bit expensive, at least more expensive than in here. And what comes to food markets, we have few places you can go, and they are really nice, but at least I have lived in those areas that it takes a long time to get into those markets, so I have to support from the regular grocery shop my food. And also one thing is that in this market halls you can visit in Finland, the food is pricey. So especially as a student, it's not maybe the place to go. But okay, let's move from the eating to the drinking culture. I will tell you first how it is in Finland. Drinking, I don't know what to say. I think Finns are known that we have drinking problems more than in many other countries. The culture in Finland, what comes to drinking, is quite often so that people are drinking heavily during the weekend. So during the week, it's not kind of thing to do. Like, if especially not during the day, if you're working or studying, you don't go to restaurant and order beer or wine with your food. Maybe if you are having sauna in the evening, then you can have one beer or something. But most of the drinking happens during the weekend. And what comes to buying alcohol in Finland, it's highly regulated. So yeah, you need to be 18 to buy alcohol, and is it 24? I'm already so much older that I can't remember, but you can't buy booze before that age. So the specific percentage alcohol. Sorry, I don't remember these percentages and ages, but anyways, then you can buy beer and cider, so these low percentage alcohol from grocery store, but the other ones you need to go to buy this one chain. And yeah, since you can buy, for example, wine only from these specific stores, alcohol is pretty expensive. So I think maybe the cheapest wines, for example, are around, what I would say, bit under 10 euros. But there are not too many under that price. And yeah, you can buy alcohol after 9 p.m. And I think during Saturdays it's after 6. You can notice how much alcohol I use. Yeah, I'm not clear with this. But yeah, the point is that it's a really highly regulated and it's really expensive. People still buy it, but because it's kind of regulated also time-wise, I feel that people are buying it to their storage kind of more, or maybe people are drinking more because of that. Okay, no opinion about it, but anyways, this is just a thought. Yeah, so this is how it goes in Finland. And I don't have yet huge experience with alcohol here, but the image what I have got is that you can buy it only from the bottle shops. I think they are open quite late. I'm not sure about the price if you buy it from the store, but when you are having a drink outside, like going to restaurants and maybe ordering a glass of wine, I would say it's not that expensive. It's not super cheap, but it's more affordable than in Finland. And I feel the culture here is that people can have a glass of wine while eating during the day. At least during the week, people are having drinks. I feel the culture is that people also go more often with friends to have a drink or two after work, but I will keep you updated about this topic. Let's move on to smoking. Yeah, so I have the quit smoking videos, so I recommend to watch those videos. But yeah, I have insight for smoking and how much it costs. So shortly, in Finland, normal package about tobacco is around 8 euros, and here in Australia it's more than 15 euros per package. And what I have noticed from people, that they are smoking these kind of smaller ones, the thinner ones, and I bet it's because of the price that people also roll their own cigarettes. And when I compare the culture, I feel that in Finland, especially youngsters are not smoking that much anymore, so less and less. So the smoking is decreasing when it comes to tobacco. But also I feel that if someone is smoking, it's not so shameful. I feel that people understand that it's a problem, that it's an addiction. So people who want to quit, they can maybe ask the support easier. And here I have noticed that the atmosphere is more kind of shameful, that smoking is really bad as it is. But like if someone is smoking, I think people are passing them kind of holding their breath. Not everyone, but that's the image what I get here. But the thing is also that I feel people are smoking more here. That I don't know the exact numbers, but that is the feeling. So it's more pricey and kind of more shameful, but still people are smoking more. It's super interesting. Maybe one reason is that it's super cold in Finland. I remember when I was quitting smoking that I was making fun out of that if anyone wants to quit smoking, go to Finland, middle of the winter, and it's impossible to smoke. It's too cold. Okay, but let's move on to the exercise part. This was really smooth topic change from the smoking to the exercise. Yeah, but let's continue with the topic exercise. I learned just recently that they actually have this app here from where you can choose like the exercise you want to try. For example, yoga or gym or whatever. And you can kind of sign up for these trials more. And I feel the thing is that people are actually recommending that you should try before you make any decision. So this is how it is in Melbourne at least, or the image what I have got. And in Finland, gyms have that, and I think some yoga places might have that, or they might have that pay this little amount of money and then you get a lot of trials. But not too many places are actually offering the free trial, I feel. Expect the gyms. So I'm gonna soon go to try climbing here, but so far I have went to the gym, and they have many gyms here, and they are better sellers, gotta say. But yeah, I will talk more about maybe exercise later. Just want to bring this up, what I have noticed at the gym, how it differs from Finland. So here in Australia there is a dressing room, then in dressing room they have a small dressing rooms, like the private ones where you can close the doors, and also same in a shower, so kind of private shower rooms. And how it is in Finland, it's usually that we have a one huge dressing room for different genders, and then you have the closets there, but then you change your clothes in this open area. Also showers, it might differ from place to place, but it's quite common in Finland that you go to this one bathroom where are other people having the shower at the same time. So I'm really aware of that because we also do sauna, and being a naked, I think it's more common thing in Finland. You will not do that all over the places, like everywhere, but like it's really normal to go to sauna as naked, have shower with others, change your clothes if you are gonna do some exercise in the same dressing room. So we are seeing each other from quite young age as a naked. So that is the thing what I have thought, how it affects to persons, for example, body image. But then when I think, because I have also walked around the beaches and there is longer summer with nicer weather, so people are more in the beaches here in Melbourne or generally in Australia. So there are also people kind of half naked. So you actually see people half naked or with their bikinis or swimwears or these quite often, comparing to Finland where we have a not so nice weather. So we are wearing a lot of clothes all the time. So how about that? Is there then any difference what comes to body image? And this is really interesting, at least for me. And oh yeah, just shortly, because this goes a little bit to the beauty things. So I visited the hairdresser, as I mentioned in my previous episode in Future Neuroscientist. It was Hello from Melbourne. I recommend to check that too. So I mentioned that I'm gonna visit the hairdresser. So they went through my hair and they were asking if I would like to cut it a bit shorter or am I gonna grow it and so on. The normal questions. And I would like to have a longer hair. That's the thing what I have tried quite long now. And the hairdresser said that, yeah, because I have a, what is the word, not like thin hair, but like it's not super strong. It might be that it doesn't grow too long because it starts to be kind of really weak from here and then it's not just growing. So she was just like talking normally and saying that, yeah, you can maybe just cut it a bit shorter and then use, when you are going out, just use hair extensions. And that came so naturally and so normally from the hairdresser's mouth that I was actually paying attention to that. And the reason is that I felt that it's really actually accepted to use hair extensions, whereas my feeling, and I'm not saying which one is good or bad, but my feeling from Finland is that, because I'm using hair extensions once in a while, it's this ponytail hair extension. You have maybe seen it sometime, so then when I have a super long hair, it's not my own, and I'm pretty open about that it's not my own. But somehow, for not super many people, but I would say that I have faced the kind of like, if you are doing anything kind of fake, I think nails are now accepted if you are gonna do the manicure and don't have your own nails, and also the lashes. Hair extensions are just like in that line that, are they accepted or not? Of course they are accepted, but then people are like, that's not natural. Sorry, you can see my opinion maybe from here, but it's kind of way, I love natural look, and natural look is really pretty. But then I don't say that you shouldn't do any of these fake things like hair extensions. I love those because, yeah, the reality is that if my hair doesn't grow but I still want to have a longer hair, why not to use that once in a while? Yeah, that's my point, that if you want to do that just for your own good, why not? But yeah, it's hard to say what is good and what is bad, because then if something is really normal, let's say for example whitening the teeth, and let's say it's, at least in Finland, it's quite expensive. So if it would be super normal thing that everyone would do that, no matter about the price, and the price would stay high, then not everyone can afford that. And then if it's kind of normal thing to do, and if you are not gonna do that, it doesn't need to be just a money issue. It can be just that you don't want to put any chemicals to your mouth, or possibly not the best chemicals. So if you choose to stay more natural, and if it's not normal, then how it affects to everything. So how I see a perfect world is that natural look is really beautiful, but it's okay to wear makeup or do some beauty things. Of course, you need to be really sure it comes from yourself. Yeah, this is really kind of hard topic to discuss, but I feel it's also really, really interesting and important topic, because of course marketing affects to us, and yeah, kind of bigger wheels. But yeah, my experience was that it was nice that I was kind of allowed, but no one didn't say that my hair is awful without those. So that's the point. I will go a little bit back to the eating and maybe the body image. So before I arrived here, I got the image that there are more eating disorders and body image issues in this country. And again, remember that I'm super interested in about this topic, so I'm paying more attention to these things. But I just noticed that it's a bigger thing here. So that is the image what I got. I'm not 100% sure what is the actual situation. I think I will check the numbers at some point and compare. But yeah, it's sad, of course, especially eating disorders, but I'm also really interested in about the topic. So now when I'm in a place where there are maybe a bit more those cases, I will get the questions to my head, what is the reason? So it's also super interesting, even it's really, really sad. Yeah, and like in Finland we have other problems. So I would say depression is a really, really big thing in Finland, and alcohol use. So I think every country has their own issues. I actually think this should be one topic later on. Mental health, I would say, like how it is here. Yes, I should talk about that later. Yeah, remember to hit the subscribe button so you will keep updated. But before ending today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about social life, because there are a lot of differences, and how, this is related to health. Huge impact to health. So humans are social beings. Of course, we have different levels of social needs, but this is the thing what I have paid attention here. So I don't know yet how openly people talk about their thoughts and what they are going through. So I can't say anything about that yet here. In Finland, I feel that if you are really close with someone, you more easily share things, your own things and issues, what you're going through and so on. We are in our own little bubbles more. Yeah, and of course it depends from the people to people. But yeah, I feel that the social life is also more experienced during the weekend than during the week. I feel, especially if you are working from Monday to Friday 9 to 5, for example, I feel that people are doing their work and then maybe spending time with their family or going to do some hobbies maybe during the week, and during the weekend maybe more meeting friends and maybe going for brunch or movies or a party or something. The image here is that social life has a bigger role. People are working a lot. Let's see, I will start my work soon, but the how I see it, it doesn't differ too much from Finland. But then I feel that there are happening more kind of after work things, that you are meeting people and maybe spending time with your colleagues. Yeah, so I'm seeing more people spending time with each other during the week too. So that is maybe a tiny difference when comparing to Finland. Okay, yeah, that was kind of overall picture about the health in Australia, especially in Melbourne, and maybe more about compared to Finland, how it is in there. Yeah, I will keep sharing the content, how the life is here, how I'm adapting here. I need to, yeah, there are more and more things coming up which are kind of new for me, how things should be done. I will share those definitely later, and then I need to, of course, show you around here. Yeah, super happy to have you, and see you next time. Bye!